Durgan Testy, we... Wah. Seems to work fine. Maruki said that your friends are already enjoying it. I should go see them. Where is everyone? I should look for them while I check out the town. Oh, and I'm still getting thieves' nets. Ooh, I really like his jacket. I'm pretty sure he does not wear this in the base game during winter at all, does he? I really like it. Oh, also, I'm not sure if we've actually been outside much during the winter, because I don't know if I've noticed, at least, it's probably just that I haven't noticed it, and it has been that cold when it's been outside, but if I've noticed, you know, breathing clouds, because clearly it's cold enough for you to see breath, because that is a thing. Nature is interesting. Isn't it wonderful that Kotaro was feeling better? Yeah, now we can go for walks. Oh my god, yeah, that's right. That was a plotline from, like... It was like a side plotline from the game. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun just looking around and seeing all this absolutely brand new dialogue. Man, this is the first time I've seen absolutely brand new dialogue in Persona 5 for a long time, because I have a weird history with this game. I beat the game, the original 5 once, actually I think more than once, and I definitely started it. I feel like I only actually went all the way through it once, but then I restarted it a bunch of times. And then I also tried to play the entirety of Persona 5 before Royal came out, and then do a whole Royal playthrough, and that was unwise because I burnt myself out pretty quickly, and knowing myself, I probably should have figured I would do that. And then I didn't touch it for a while, and then I did this Let's Play. And I'm really glad that I did it because I'm finally here at new content, and I'm liking the expansion so far. It's interesting, and I wonder what the heck's going on. Woof woof. I'm gonna frogs again. Woof woof. I wasn't sure what was going to happen last year, but now it's a completely different dog. Wait, hold on. Right, wait. Yeah, they changed it. Their reality got changed so that wasn't he like sick or something, and that was just kind of like a plot line, and that never really... I don't remember exactly. But I might notice a lot of differences about everyone here. Everyone being artificially happy. And it's probably going to be pretty freaky to go through. And that's probably exactly what the point is. It's like we're in a dream. I can already sort of feel like the general moral of this... the third semester's story is just, hey... yeah, well, we might wish for things to be different. Is that really what you want or need? You know? And oftentimes, it really isn't. It's just our knee-jerk reaction, you know? Anyway. And then things pass, and then we learn to appreciate even the bad things, because, again, without the bad, the good in our lives isn't as impactful, isn't as appreciated. It's interesting how that works. There's nothing interesting on TV during New Year's. It's just a bunch of idols and comedians fooling around. Speaking of TV, I wonder what happened to those Phantom Thieves. That's all people were talking about last year, but then they just suddenly stopped. People in this world forget everything so quickly, even more quickly than us elderlies. Yeah, what I've noticed is as technology continues, it really does seem like that's a phenomenon, because everyone's being bombarded with the next thing that's happening, and I do my best to unplug myself from that, except for the things that I want to be paying attention to. And a lot of it's just playing games. I don't really have time to, care about news and stuff, and frankly, unless it directly pertains to me, which a lot of news will not, what's the point of just, oh no, another murder happened, all that's gonna do is make you sad. Or angry, or whatever, right? I don't know. Anyway. Old man. Do you want to just listen in? We've got... if the news directly pertains to you, and you have any kind of social network, of people, which I hope is most people, I know there's a lot more isolated people these days, and I'm not just talking about COVID, I'm talking about literally people that don't have people in their lives, and I'm really grateful that I've pretty much always had close friends in at least my immediate family. I've never had no close friends. I'm very grateful for that. And I get all the news from them because they know I'm ignorant, and so they tell me the things that I need to know. And that works for me. And if that works for you too, then that's fine. That's what I figure. Anyway, that's weird right now. So yeah, interestingly enough, while I love the Phantom Thieves, if something like the Phantom Thieves existed in real life, I probably wouldn't pay much attention to them. Unless they ended up having affecting a change of heart to someone that I know, or I knew one of the Phantom Thieves, or that's when I would start to care. That's when I would start to see, or, if I was just, for some reason in particular, really interested in them, but I probably would not be interested in real-life happenings. I'm interested in what people are creating that's up my alley, and usually that's games and specific kinds of music and specific types of art and stories and that kind of thing, and specific mediums, really. Anyway. We've got lots of listeners sharing their New Year's resolutions today. Let's read one right now. I'm going to go an entire day without my smartphone. I'm afraid that's much easier said than done. How shallow. Back in my day, we didn't have smartphones, so we're better off without them. I really would disagree. Agree and disagree. Technology is powerful, so it does a lot of positive and it does a lot of negative. And hell, so that's the thing. If going an entire day without your smartphone makes you happy because you need to unplug from that, then fine. But if you literally need it for some things like I do, then that's not as much of a realistic goal. Just less is sometimes good, but sometimes it's not necessary, in my opinion. It really depends on you and your life and how the technology affects you. Generally, in my experience of it, technology benefits me far more than it is a detriment to me. A lot of people keep saying that because of being autistic and being so focused on technology a lot of the time, a lot of people keep saying that it's a detriment to me. No, I love technology, so that's why I spend so much time with it. I don't know. But anyway, that's a whole other discussion. But clearly, all this new dialogue's going to spark more of my Dergy ramblings and philosophical waxings and etc. And if y'all enjoy that, thank you, and you're in for a treat, because I'm probably going to be doing that a lot here, because there's a lot of philosophical stuff here, I think, in this, because all these people are, I don't know about happier, because we just talked about a bunch of, a bunch of people that still have a bunch of the normal problems that they had before, despite Maruki's, I don't know about problems, but negative mindsets and stuff? I don't know. Maybe that, but, actual big points of suffering are what he removed, right? So I'm interested to see how that affects everyone here. It looks like he's gray dots, so he's probably not going to have anything to say. There's no time for shopping. Okay, so yeah. All you can probably do here, you probably can't enter buildings, you can probably just walk around and talk to people. That's probably all you can do. But I'm still gonna say, looks like they're closed for New Year's, okay. I hope Tay is getting some nice rest and relaxation herself. 'Cause she deserves it. And, let's see. Cafe Leblon. Still too early to go home. Okay, yeah, I can't enter buildings. I wanted to double check that, but I'm just gonna try not to enter any more buildings and just talk to the people on the streets. And you probably have to find and talk to all of your friends in order for this to, and Makoto, because, I distinguish her specifically because, again, my Joker in my headcanon is not only her boyfriend right now, but is going to be her husband for the rest of their lives in a couple of years or so. They're going to be dating, and then he's just going to pop the question, they're going to be married for the rest of their lives. That is exactly what, my headcanon is. So that's why I distinguish. She's not just a friend of him, she's more than that, That's why I distinguish that. And I'm sure that most players have that distinguishment of, one waifu that's more of a friend of their Joker, more than a friend of their Joker for sure. Or, you're a harem player. If you're a harem player who's never actually, focused on one romance, I honestly would question your morals as a person. But maybe that's because I bleed my morals more into games than a lot of people do. But I don't know. That's a whole different thing. Although, actually, I don't know. Never mind. I know for a fact that I don't bleed them into my games as much as someone I know. But that's an entirely different thing. Anyway. But that's about murdering. I'm talking about, like, relationships. I'm very, like, monogamous. You know, I'm one of those people. To a degree or another. It's kind of complicated, but I mostly have this idea of you should remain faithful to one person unless they're open. And then you can be open. I don't know, though. Again, like, I haven't really had many relationships like that in my life so far. All of them have been monogamous to a degree, so, you know. But, they were short, and all I know is I've always had, like, an inclination to be not monogamous, but at the same time, the idea of people having casual sex sometimes as, like, friends or just, you know, like, if there's nothing attached, that's also great. You know, that's basically what I think about. That's basically what I think about it. If you're cheating, then fuck you, but if, like, there's openness, and, like, you know, if you're not dating someone and you're just having casual sex and the other person isn't dating someone, you know, and it's, or at the very least, even if they are, it's above board and the other person in the relationship's actually okay with it, that's all fine. But everything else beyond those borders is a little bit, in my opinion, but that is me. You know, everyone thinks differently about this stuff, and I think everyone's thoughts on that is valid to a certain extent, but then it gets to a point where people don't consider other people's feelings and just consider how they want to fuck whoever they want to fuck and however many people they want to fuck and don't give a fuck about how it affects all those people. That's when I decide that you are a bad person and you should figure out how to not be a bad person. Anyway, regardless. Okay. I think I've ran around here enough to know that there are not any other things to listen to here, so let's go down here and... Okay, looks like I'm supposed to take the train. But can I, like... Question, actually, isn't there another exit? Curious about what the others are doing. Let's go to a different area. I have a feeling that... Oh, yeah, okay, that is the marker, right? Looks like we're supposed to... Yeah, this will also do the same thing, right? Yeah. Okay. Towards the marker, then. I hope I didn't miss anyone, but I probably didn't. And I'm probably gonna be inclined to be paranoid about this. About, like, making sure that I have actually talked to everyone in every area. But I'll try to be less double, triple, quadruple check-y about it all. The apartment's price is displayed here, so this is how much it costs to live down. I think... What sort of magazine, exaggerated, and ad slogans displayed with it. I'm not... I feel like these were the... I feel like I remember this one, at least. I think these are the same poster blurbs. As the original, you know, ones in the base game. In the not third semester part of the game, whatever else you would call that. This is Yonganjaya Station. Okay, looks like I gotta board the train. And it doesn't look like there's anything one talking to in there. But there was another one of those weird little flashes. I guess that's whenever something is affected by Maruki, there's gonna be that weird, like, pretty subtle, actually, flash of light. Very interesting. I don't think there's anything else anyone else to talk to. But I do want to also pay attention to these blurbs here. Like, I've had this piercing for a while, my mom actually suggested it to me. Wait, hold on. I bet her cognition of, like, not being allowed piercings and stuff would change. Is that maybe it, or... Want to call up the other guys, too? They always seem bored. And yeah, pretty normal teenagers. A lot of these people are still living normal lives, again. And they still have minor, you know, grievances and such, but as far as I can tell. Sorry, I've had to take my... Wait, what? Wait. I'm gonna try to read more of this stuff to kind of just feel like what the general public's going through. So that one goes back in town and what? You don't remember? Oh, interesting. Yeah, so whatever happened with that girl that probably caused a lot of suffering to her or someone else or what have you, it probably, the people that got affected by it, it got erased, but the people that weren't, it didn't? I feel like that's what it's getting at. And I do wonder why Joker sees all this stuff. Does Maruki want him to? Did he at the start? Living with everyone like this takes me back to how he used to be.
I have something.
And yeah, that's the thing, is that... Now, what happened to the relocation? I thought you got the transfer order. Huh. I guess they were going to transfer because of suffering stuff or what have you. But then again, you know, that got weird. I have to take my child through a lesson.
I can see it.
Okay.
I have something.
But yeah, one thing 5 has always done pretty good is just, you know, giving a general sense of what you know, I guess your average person would be thinking about doing, in the game's world. And she's the one supposed to meet her soon. Good luck, friendo. She doesn't get shy at all. Oh, you've always been a hard worker. Sleeping in all day is a waste of time. I agree. Why sleep in all day? Play video games and work on nerdy stuff like I do. That's what you should do all day. And that is not a waste of time to me. But again, it'd probably be a waste of time to a lot of people. But it ain't to me. And I've learned to stop taking offense at other people thinking the games are a waste of time. Because I can understand why your average normal working person would think that. Like, working meaning working a 9 to 5, and they actually are okay with that. You know, and are not a nerd and have not lived the kind of shunned life that I have. And aren't as severely introverted as I am. I get why they think that how I spend my life is a waste of time. But I'm pretty sure a bunch of y'all watching might understand that literally just spending most of your time in front of your computer is the fucking best thing in the world to me. It just is. This is how I want to live my life right now. That might change. And I definitely am not as unhealthily, you know, hiding from the world. You know, I go outside and bike. I actually, like, you know, turn my attentions to the outside world and help other people and interact with other people more and do stuff around the house to make sure my parents are alright, you know. I'm not as self-absorbed as I used to be. And now that I've moved away from that, the joys that I get from everything that I do are only amplified, and so I only love this stuff more now. There's a lot of people that, you know, have similar kinds of addictions to what I had. Just, you know, playing games all day and just, like, wanting to hide from the world. And then they get out of it and then they never want to go back again. I could never do that. This stuff is too valuable to me, emotionally especially. There's a lot of things these games do good for me, and there's just a lot of joy and wonder in playing video games for me. And that's why I want to share all that joy and wonder and etc. with y'all. And all the ups and downs and everything. I fucking love video games. Oh my god, you did it, Shiho. I know you would. I know you could. It's all thanks for supporting me, I really appreciate it. Oh, I'm not the one who deserves credit. You kept your best effort and now you're finally being recognized. Dergy, I can't believe it over here. Look about a coincidence. It's been a while since the last time you saw Shiho, right? Long time no see, Dergy-kun. Do you remember me? I bet that all your people are gonna be at their normal, confidant, like, you know, locations from the original game. Considering that she's here, which means Yusuke is probably going to be in his normal spot, in this area as well. I'm trying to see, Dergy-kun, do you remember me? Shiho Zoe, right? Ah, you remembered me. We didn't even get to talk, at at all that much since I transferred to another school so early into the semester, which she didn't actually do. What actually happened was Kamoshida fucking raped her and she almost killed herself, but of course, of course Maruki erased that. Why wouldn't he? Of course he remembers you. He has to remember with what with the bragging. I've told him all about how amazing my BFF is at volleyball, not cute. Go on. Sorry you have to put up with all that, Dergy. On the contrary, I love hearing people gush about things and people that they enjoy and are proud of, and etc. Alright. She was the MVP at the big meet the other day, too. Not only was she in the starting lineup, but she scored more points than anybody else. No wonder she's a star of the team. I'm so proud of you, Shiho.
Jeez.
Ah, you're too much. Yeah, see? They are happy, but I do sort of wonder if this just kept on forever. Would this happiness keep on forever? Would there be nothing that frees it at the seams? And this is an interesting, I guess, moral implication. These people are stuck in this reality that is fabricated by someone else outside of their control, but it makes them happy. So, like, we're the person outside of this that can see that their reality is being created by forces outside of their control. Entirely, like, in a way that can't happen in real life, right? Like, another person has decided this is what they wanted. But it actually does make them happy, so it's really interesting, It really is interesting, the implications of this. Would you, pull the plug on the Matrix to make, a reference? A pretty apt one, actually, I feel. Or would you not, if you were in Joker's situation? I think I would. I think I would, because frankly, my happiness, the most joyous parts of myself have come from the wonder that is everywhere, and I feel like I appreciate that wonder more and more and more the more that I go through life and the more that I understand, everything that happens in this world. And there's a lot of things that happen in this world that can go suck a dick. But then there's a lot of things that happen in this world that are awesome, There's always a balance. And a lot of people, it's easy for our minds to decide that there's actually just the bad, but, you can train yourself out of that mental habit, because it's literally just a mental habit. It's not the world enforcing this negative view on you. There isn't actually constantly more bad things happen and less good things. It's your mind is deciding that. And I think it's easier and easier, too, because a lot of people are more prone to that more and more nowadays, and I think the main reason for that might be technology, it might be society, and the fact that we're just always trying to move faster and move faster and move faster and move faster as a society. And so all these negative things move faster. Or something like that. I don't know. There are, spiritual teachers, and I've studied some of this stuff because I find it fascinating and helpful to a degree. But I've kind of found my own way to navigate life. I don't really feel like I, at least, would benefit from subscribing entirely to any of this stuff, but words. But, I've heard a few of these spiritual teachers, these more new age ones that are kind of separated from religion, but use religion as, usually just sort of teaching tools, because that's what the religions were kind of initially for, is helping people wake up, so to speak. As far as these people are concerned, but they often talk about I lost my train of thought. Whoops. I felt like that was a really good point, but I forgot where I was going with it. Oh well. And see, I wouldn't have OL'd about that a year or two ago, or even a month or two ago maybe, and that's because of my own personal I don't know if you'd call it a spiritual journey, just a journey of being able to just be cooler with life and let it flow a little more, and at the same time, not just kind of taking things as they come, as much as understanding how better to interface with life and just live better in the exact same situation, in the exact same circumstances that, and also how to change them slowly over time if you really don't want to. But frankly, my life is, generally, I have pretty damn good circumstances, I would say, right now. And I used to kind of lament them for some reasons, but not anymore. Feels good. Feel them were beaming with joy. It seems this reality is the one that An wished for. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Shiho's coming back to our school. Everyone in volleyball knows that Shujin's the top school when it comes to the sport. That's how I was able to convince my parents to let me transfer back, after more than a little begging. I was so sad when she transferred for her parents' jobs. Okay, it was just her parents' jobs in this universe. But all's well that ends well. I feel like everything's just perfect. Interesting how we have no choice but to basically question her reality here. But it makes a lot of sense. Is that everything you wished for? What I wished for? Well, I guess you could say so. Do you prefer things this way? This way? I mean, both you and Shiho are here and everything's going great. It's definitely better than the alternative, like when we... Wait, huh? Yeah, okay. Something is, I remember being so cornered that I just wanted to die, but then I met everyone and... Keep thinking on it. What does that... Shiho's still alive even after all the things that made her want to die. You have no right to run from this. Yep. Yeah, all that stuff was pulled from her memory, but Joker's able to jog her memory. An, what's wrong? Are you okay? Oh, I'm fine. I think I'm just feeling a bit tired. Why don't we go find some place to sit and relax for a bit? Sorry, Dergy. I'll call you later.
Bye.
You, Dergy-kun. Also, I've noticed everyone's in different outfits here, I think. Pretty sure An wasn't wearing that before. I really like those jeans on her, though. Just, I really like tight-fitting pants on girls. That's just my thing. I'd rather do that than any kind of skirts or anything like that. Although I kind of like pencil skirts because of how, mature and business-like they are. But I'm more, pants and jeans and stuff is more my thing. It seems like all I can do is wait. Pants and jeans and even just shorts and stuff. Especially if it frames their butt really nice, because butts, I'm a butt man through and through and through and through. If most Japanese, fan servicey stuff is to believe, it seems like statistically most, at least Japanese men are all about the boobage, but I'm not. I'm about the buttage. And it does seem that butt men like me are definitely, also acknowledged, but I just feel like there is more boob focus. But maybe that's just me hyper-focusing on the fact that I want to see more butt and less boob. But I still feel like boobs are just more generally emphasized, and also, there's more, story beats about them, that kind of thing. I don't know. Anyway, I guess I should head home. But definitely, in any kind of fan servicey Japanese thing ever, there's definitely the fair share of the buttage, and I always enjoy it. Not just Japanese either, More and more buttage is being put in all sorts of things, and I am all for it, man. An seemed happy to be with Shiho, who is able to continue playing volleyball. But is this truly how things should be? I should check up on the others tomorrow. Okay, so it looks like every day you get to find someone else? Interesting. I think you get to choose who to find, because it looks like you can free wander, or to a degree. But I guess we'll see. There has to be someone I haven't checked up on yet. I should go see. Okay, it looks like every day you're going to check up on someone different. I guess there's 7 of them? Okay, so that's how this section goes. Morgana's here. Maybe he knows where everyone else is.
Hey, you have a minute?
You looking for someone? Man, that voice does not fit with him. With that freaking supermodel boyfriend person thing. Haru, she was thinking about setting up a shop in Kichijoji. She went to inspect a new location with the president. She sure looked happy for doing a bunch of... Maybe On is the only one you can visit on that day. Like, it leads you straight to the mall. I'm not sure, though. She went to inspect the new location with the president. She sure looked happy for doing a bunch of busy work. Alright, but all I need, I kind of want to be alone. We're gonna hug. Hold on.
Hey,
Look at someone... Okay, so... Is Haru the only one you can visit today, or not? I guess you don't get to choose. I would have gone to Makoto instantly, if possible, of course. But I also kind of don't really want to see what her situation's like, and because I feel like Joker would be afraid to see her situation, because he'd probably be the least inclined to want to change hers. Actually, no. Actually, I just realized. If she forgot everything that caused her suffering, which was the whole Kaneshiro thing and Kobayakawa and everything, wouldn't she also actually forget that we're dating her? So yeah, of course, I think he'd actually want to change hers the most, but that would also be painful for him because he loves her and he likes seeing her happy, wants her to be. So, man, that one's gonna be interesting. I don't feel... I wholly don't expect this expansion in any way, shape, or form to even acknowledge whatsoever that Makoto and Joker are dating. But if it does, I will be very happy about it. Anyway. But this is so far removed from the rest of the game that I highly doubt that Royal is going to ignore this section, this part, at this semester, until things progress after this, and, we get on to Valentine's Day and all the rest, and the rest of the game. I kind of do not expect this part of the game to acknowledge Joker's romances at all. But if it does, I will be very happy about that. Maybe I should head to Shibuya. Actually, the only one I really expect this part to acknowledge is Kasumi's. If you're romantic, or I guess we should be calling her by apparently her actual name. I literally forget her name because I haven't heard it enough. But her sister. Apparently she's her sister and not actually Kasumi. And that confuses me the heck. Like, how did Maruki affect this change that long ago when he was still clearly researching how to even do this? I really don't know.